Hey Vault Dwellers, JV here, and today I'm sharing the 0.9 beta patch notes for Fallout 76. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more Fallout 76 videos just like this. This patch was released before the beta time yesterday on October 30th, and before the unfortunate erasing of the client and forcing everyone to have to re-download that. Obviously, there was a big controversy there, so Bethesda has responded on Twitter by extending the beta tomorrow, November 1st, from 2 p.m. Eastern all the way to 11 p.m. Eastern. So there will be plenty of opportunities for people across the world to play tomorrow. On to the update. Bethesda said that the focus for this patch is to bring the Atomic Shop, performance and stability improvements, sweeping enemy balance adjustments, bug fixes, and more to the game. Under General, we have stability and performance improvements, specifically addressing hitches during gameplay, including during combat, but across the board, improved stability. It's a little difficult to determine that, especially when there's only been one PC session so far, but maybe you Xbox users notice some improvements. Of course, the big new feature is the Atomic Shop. Players can now use atoms to purchase a wide variety of cosmetic items for their characters. It'll appear in the main menu after creating a new character and exiting the vault. You can complete in-game challenges to earn atoms, then go to the shop to pick up a new outfit, new photo mode, poses, camp decorations, emotes, and more. Briefly, I wanted to show off some gameplay of the Atomic Shop. Maybe some of you missed it if you were playing the beta last night and you're more focused on the gameplay. You access it through the pause menu, really easy. It's right there. I thought there was some kind of beta bonus, but apparently this is just a visual graphic that says thank you just for participating, which is kind of funny. But they've got a featured section very similar to the Creation Club. This is the gist of what you're going to find on here. In terms of apparel, there are some fun, goofy cosmetic items, pajamas, jumpsuits, overalls, hats, you name it. What you get when you unlock this with your Atom is the ability to craft it at an armor workbench. You don't automatically get it in your inventory, and these are, again, account-wide. So that means once you unlock one of these, you're going to get them on every single one of your characters. They had a Pip-Boy skin, again, very similar to what was offered on the Creation Club. This one's blue, so if you want to save up for that, again, it's craftable at a workbench. You've got camp stuff like this Nuka-Cola stash. I thought that was pretty cool. I'll probably save up for that. Flooring, doors, succulents, clean versions of generators and purifiers. Under the photo mode category, you've got some poses that you can strike while you're in photo mode, which is fun, and those are fairly cheap. For some reason, I skipped over the styles. That had some face paint, which was interesting. So different ways to cosmetically, customize your character. Emotes, you can get some new emotes. So if you want to specifically say that you're hungry or you're dying of thirst, you can grab those. And people do use emotes from my experience, so perhaps that will be useful. And then finally, icons. I know a lot of people were wondering from the footage we'd seen before. We saw on the bottom left that people had fun icons to kind of distinguish themselves from their teammates. Well, this is where you can do that. You already have around, I want to say 10 that are unlocked from the start on default, which is nice. You don't have to get any new ones, but once you grab one of these, you have to equip it from this menu. I haven't found any other place to do that, so you have to first own it and then click the equip button on your respective console, and that will allow you to equip it, and then it will be your icon. People will see that for your character along with your Bethesda.net/Xbox Live/PSN ID. Next up, there were enemy balancing changes. The damage resistance has received an overhaul affecting balance across all creatures. As a result, enemies that are higher level than players are now more difficult to take down, and lower level enemies are easier to defeat. Also, enemy difficulty has been reduced in the Forest and the Savage Divide to make them more approachable. And then finally, the amount of AP consumed while sprinting has been increased. I definitely felt that in the beta. I think a lot of people, including myself, were wondering why. Why can, as a level 5, can I take on a level 12 and kill them? It just didn't make sense in the context of Fallout and what we're used to with the conventions of this series. It seems like things are being brought a lot more in line. Now, I still believe that as a group, you're probably going to be able to take down higher level enemies. I've seen people say they took down a Scorch Beast or something like that in the beta with their friends. I could see that happening if you have like a group of 15s or something like that, but that still doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I hope they come out and explain more of that, or people are able to data mine and kind of teach us some more about how damage and resistance works in this game. For camp, crafting, and workshops, the overall requirements for crafting and repairing armor have been reduced, so that's nice. I haven't even run into power armor, so I haven't encountered that. And then workshop rewards have been nerfed. The amount of loot awarded per wave has been reduced. I feel I don't have enough experience to comment on whether these were good or bad changes. The workshop one is a little confusing to me. I don't know if people were able to take advantage of that at this stage of the game or not, but that's the change we have. On to bug fixes with art and graphics. They fixed an issue that would cause water to appear solid black. They fixed an issue that would cause the game to appear washed out unless you adjusted your Xbox One profile, so only for Xbox One. Note text no longer appears blurry when you're trying to read it in the Pip-Boy. And then finally, photo mode filters on Xbox One no longer cause graphical issues, so that's nice. There was an audio issue that enabled players in team voice channels to hear and be heard by other players who are not part of their team. That's been fixed. So when you're part of a team, you're supposed to have your own sort of private chat, and that is supposed to be fixed now. For camp and crafting fixes, now you can include turrets in your blueprint without causing it to fail, which is nice. And then they fixed an issue that could award more purified water and stim packs than intended after you defend your owned workshop. I was successfully able to blueprint my turrets, so I'm glad that is working. For enemies and combat fixes, they fixed an issue that would cause players to take gradual damage even though no enemies were nearby. I feel like I might have felt this yesterday, although that could be me just running over traps and other things that were, hurting me and I wasn't realizing it. And then finally, for UI fixes with challenges, there is a specific one for building furnishings in your camp. Now that correctly appears in the social challenges list. And then perks. The perk menu has received performance improvements. It should run more smoothly on Xbox One for higher level characters that have many perk cards. That's a wrap for update 0.9 in the beta. I think this is a really important patch because it gives us insight into how Bethesda is going to update this game moving forward. We know that Fallout 4 got monthly updates and patches. I updated you guys on that, so I'm sure a lot of you remember those videos. But I'm really interested to see how often Bethesda is going to update this game. It is live, it is online. We are in the break everything, test application beta phase of the game, so things are not going to be running as smoothly as they will on launch. We hope that it improves. I personally hope that it improves. I really hope that this game runs better on my PC. I've got a beast and it doesn't seem to be, running at 60 frames constantly. Again, beta, I get that, but really hope that's cleaned up before launch. The coming weeks will be a very good test to see how often Bethesda plans to maintain and update this game, make sure it's running smoothly, and also adding new content. In the comment section, tell me which issues you think need to be addressed that maybe were or weren't in this patch. Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe and hit the bell for more Fallout 76 content like my last video where we look at the official guide. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.